Hello there, my name is Juan, welcome to Game News, and I wish you an amazing day. On today's video, we're gonna talk about God of War Ragnarok new Game Plus mode, MultiVersus was removed from all digital storefronts, Star Wars Jedi Survivor file size just got bigger. This and way more in this video, so without further ado, let's go straight to the news. God of War Ragnarok's new Game Plus mode. So for those who have completed God of War Ragnarok and enjoy its story and boss fights, the NG Plus mode is a great opportunity to revisit the game and experience it in a new way. With this update, players can take all their equipment, weapons and skill from their previous save into the new game, making for a more streamlined and exciting gameplay experience. One of the highlights of this update is the new armor sets. The armor of the Black Bear is a fan favorite, adding Kratos' iconic cloak as seen in the game's opening scene. Its stats focus on strength and defense, and it rewards last second evades with a volley of Bifrost shards. The Spartan armor on the other hand features 0 perks, no stats, and with power locket on level 1, providing players with a more challenging gameplay experience. The update also brings new enhancements and increased level cap, allowing level 9 equipment to progress even further. The new burdens allow players to equip negative perks, which will suit those looking for creatively challenging runs. In NG+, Kratos and enemies become more powerful, making for a more challenging and exciting gameplay experience. The sparring arena in Niflheim allows you to choose to play as either Kratos or Atreus, and you can choose your companion character to fight with you. There are also changes to Valkyria Queen Gna and Berserker Souls in new Game Plus mode, adding to the game's difficulty level. A lot of people was expecting for this new game mode, and now we have it, so let's enjoy. Sony's DualSense patent reveals hot and cold features for more immersive gameplay. So guys, Sony has filed a new patent that describes a gel-like material with elastic properties that can deform in response to in-game events. The patent suggests that the material could be used to provide haptic feedback and simulate the texture of virtual objects. The material could also be used to change the temperature of the controller to reflect in-game environments, such as a warm controller for a fiery sword or a cool controller for an ice environment. The patent also mentions the use of AI to detect the severity of the information and record it for better haptic feedback. The controller would also be able to sense all the actions performed by the player, including pitching and twisting to deform the material. So guys, while the patent doesn't guarantee that the technology will be implemented in future products, it is an interesting concept that could enhance gaming experience. Sony has a reputation for innovative hardware, and the DualSense has been praised for its ability to emulate in-game effects such as weather effects and different surface. So the probability for this patent to become a product is actually really high. And I think that this is the approach that these console manufacturers will have to take now, because the consoles will only evolve in terms of new graphics card, new processor and more storage, and that doesn't impact your gameplay directly. I mean, of course you will be able to play more demanding games, but more demanding games doesn't mean good games. You can just look at Nintendo. Their console is not the most powerful console in the market, but they have some really good games there. So enhancing the haptic feedback that a game can give you through the controller is an amazing way to immerse the player in the game. So a really good idea by Sony, and I do think that this controller will be a future product. PlayStation's new handheld. Sony PlayStation is reportedly working on a new handheld codenamed Q Lite. But for those who are hoping for a successor to the adored PS Vita, it might not be everything you are wishing for. So guys, early builds of the Q Lite resemble the PS5 controller except for the large 8-inch screen at the center. It has adaptive haptic feedback triggers, volume buttons, speakers, and audio input. So the device will require a constant internet connection since it will use remote play to stream PS4 and PS5 games to a mobile device. And according to reports, the handheld will have adaptive streamings up to 1080p and 60 FPS. While the device is still in QA phase, the Q Lite is reportedly scheduled to launch before the much rumored PlayStation 5 Pro. So guys, Sony is planning to kick off the second phase of the PlayStation 5, which includes a host of new hardware, including this new handheld. As for the PlayStation 5 Pro, it's been reported that it could launch during the holiday season of 2024. MultiVersus was removed from all digital storefronts. So guys, MultiVersus has been taken offline on June 25 as the open beta comes to an end. This means that the game is no longer available for download on platforms like PS Store, Microsoft Store, and Steam. While players who have the game installed can continue to play until the cutoff point, new players will no longer have the option to download the game. This news has come as disappointment to dedicated players who have been actively spending money on the game, including pricey Founders Pack. MultiVersus has also received industry recognition winning the Best Fighting Games at the Game Awards last year. However, the developers Players First Games have paused updates for the game until it's taken offline. So why has MultiVersus been taken offline? Well, the developers have stated that they will continue to work on the game with a launch planned for early 2024. However, they needed to take the game offline to focus on improvements and changes based on feedback from the open beta. Until then, players can still play in the game's training room in addition to local matches. So this is kind of weird for me because I don't think that taking the game offline is a good idea. I do understand that the developers want to improve the game and make it better and do changes based on the feedback of the players. You don't need to take the game offline to do it. I mean, if I am a studio, I'm not going to take my game offline to make changes. Just look at what Fortnite does. The game can go offline, but it's just for a few days, and then the game come back with a lot of changes. And these days, the game is not going offline for more than 2 to 3 days. This is kind of weird. And if I am a studio, I'm not going to take my game offline because I would be thinking about the players, especially those who have spent money on the game. So this is kind of weird. Let's just hope that the game will come back in 2024, and when the game comes back, all the people who spend money on the game will have all their skins, everything. I mean, I don't follow the game, so I don't know what you would buy on the game despite skins, but you know, I just hope that you get everything that you purchased in game before the game got taken offline. Star Wars Jedi Survivor file size just got bigger. So guys, Star Wars Jedi Survivor has been generating a lot of buzz ever since its initial unveil during last year's Star Wars Day celebration. The game is a sequel to the 2019 Star Wars Jedi Fallen Order and promised to be even bigger and better than its predecessor. So one of the most significant updates to the game is its file size. Early leaks suggested that the game would take up approximately 130 gigs of storage space, already a significant increase from the Fallen Order's 44 gigs. However, the official size for the PC version of Jedi Survivor has been confirmed to be 155 gigs, a whopping 25 gigs higher than was previously believed and 111 gigs above the PC version of Fallen Order. So fans in the comment section has already begun to speculate about what could have caused the game to increase in size by so much. Some have suggested that is due to the significant amount of new content which has been promised in recent hands-on previews of the game. Players will be able to explore new planets as former Jedi Padawan called Kestis, customize the hero's appearance with different outfits and hairstyles, and unlock new powers and lightsaber stances to build on Call's connection to the Force. In addition, the game's combat system has been significantly improved, offering players a more immersive and engaging experience. And fans of Star Wars universe will also be excited to hear that Jedi Survivor will have narrative connections to the large Star Wars canon. Diablo 4 confirms global release dates and times. So guys, Diablo's 4 early access release is set for Thursday, June 1 at 4 p.m. PT, with the regular launch scheduled for Monday, June 5 at 4 p.m. PT. When the game launches, players will have access to 5 different classes: Barbarian, Druid, Necromancer, Rogue, and Sorcerer. So during the beta testing phase, the Necromancer and Sorcerer classes were the most popular, but that could change once the full game is released. Blizzard held 2 beta testing for Diablo 4, with the first being available only for those who had pre-ordered the game. The second beta was open to everyone and it was a success for Blizzard. However, some concerns were raised during the beta testing phase, particularly around the Druid class, which some players felt needed work. The Sorcerer class was also seen as overpowered by some players. Blizzard may make changes on the classes based on feedback, so it will be interesting to see how things shake out in the full release. So guys, this is all for me for now. Thank you so much for watching the video. Don't forget to leave a like, subscribe to the channel, hit the bell, and of course, a huge hug and peace.